What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Monster Legends. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright guys, today we're going to do a little bit of a talky episode. So, we're going to do dungeon battles in the background. Before we jump into any of that, it's got a question I want to ask you guys. You can leave your answers in the comments, stuff like that. But of the 4 main events, Progressive Islands, Mazes, 72-hour challenge, and races, what's your favorite event, and what is your least favorite event, and why? The why is important, okay? It is important. But that's what I want to ask you guys, get your opinions on it, because that's what I'm going to talk about today while I'm doing some dungeons. I'm going to talk about, mainly we're going to focus on races, but we're going to talk about a little bit the other ones too. So we're going to do something like that. It's going to be great. Well, it might be not super great, but it's going to be kind of great, alright? Hopefully. So let's jump in here, get some dungeons going on. What dungeon do I want to do? We're going to do the Dungeon of Books. Already started it. It's got gym rewards. That's what we're going to do, alright? Alright. So, I guess I'll start off with what my favorites and least favorites are here, just to kind of, I guess jump into it, and then we'll start, we'll talk about this stuff later. But first up, my favorite 2 events probably in the game right now are Mazes, because as a free-to-play player, you can kind of navigate your way by getting certain keys to get a certain monster that you want, and that's always nice. I like that. It's kind of a choice. And secondly would be 72-hour challenges. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, what the crap, how can you even like those? I like them because as a free-to-play player, you can really do well in them. It just depends on, how well you've planned for them. Now, that's where a lot of people get in trouble. Some people power level their accounts, and then they kind of out-level their ability to make gold, for events, not even just 72-hour challenge, but even your time challenges, like Gold Fever and Growth Spurt and stuff like that. They outpace their ability to do those events, and then they start hating those events, like, oh, I hate 72-hour challenge. Well, it's not really 72-hour challenge's fault. You just kind of over-leveled your account. It happens. It's a mistake. Whatevs. It happens. But if you plan for them, i.e. like saving gold back, like, I've got about 300 and something million gold right now. I had up to 400 million something. I burn a little bit to get some food, because I gotta do some level, I gotta do some 1 to 100 episodes here soonish, because I've got a lot of level 1 monsters. But, I can easily get myself, I would say before 72-hour challenge comes around, I can have at least 500, 600 million gold saved back. If I really, really tried, like, from one 72-hour challenge not spending any gold till the next, I could have over 1 billion gold pretty easy. What that means is that I can actually complete that event completely like 3 times. So I could get 2 legends and an epic 3 separate times, not to mention all the gems, the cells, and everything in them as well. I love the 72-hour challenge. It's my favorite event. But my 2 unish favorite events, alright? The first one, the kind of lesser of 2 evils here, is going to be the Progressive Islands. I don't mind the Progressive Islands. You do get monsters out of them. You do get free legends. But they're so structured that you only can get this one, then you have to get this one, you have to get this one. It blocks you from ever getting, like, the end really good monsters, okay? Because they hide the best 2 monsters last, usually, almost every single time, like Tankarian and Flamarian. You can't get those as free-to-play players. You have to spend money. That's why I don't really like those events. I mean, they're okay. Like, I don't mind them because you can get free stuff. But my least favorite event in the game is team races. Alright? And it's probably not for the reasons you're thinking. It might be. I don't know. But they're my least favorite event because I think they're poorly laid out. Okay? The idea behind them was good, but the implementation is bad. And it causes all the problems that you see now in a lot of your teams. So, to start off with, we're not really going to like focus big time on like mini race teams, even though I think that's a really big issue. It shouldn't be a thing. You should never make an event that incentivizes your team to split apart or go into different teams just to do better in an event. I think it's kind of a bad setup because it, makes teams like disperse. It's not a good deal. But a big thing here is the mindset that follows around races. Like, the first things you think of when a race comes around is usually like 115 legend for winning. All the race hoppers, they're always hopping around team to team to team looking to get that 115 legendary, and probably, how to set up a mini team so you have a better chance at getting the 115 legendary. The reason those are the first things that come to your mind during races, which it should be, like, let's do well with my team, that's usually like the last thought you have, is because the rewards kind of suck. All right, I'm just going to say it. Now, the rewards for winning are great. Don't get me wrong. If you get first in a race, you get a really solid reward. You get a rank 3 legend, you get an extra legendary, you get some elementium. The food's kind of meh. I mean, once you get to a certain level, food kind of loses its value because you can just grow it. Like, I grew 5 million food in the last 3 hours. It's not hard to do. You can just, boop, you just grow it. It's not hard. So, the food kind of sucks, but the thing that sucks is when you fall out of first. Okay, if you're a second place team, your rewards compared to first place blow. Okay, it's not even a close match. Like, the first team's getting a 115 legend, you're getting a base level legendary. Alright, now on its face, say, well, you didn't win, you shouldn't get a best reward. Of course you shouldn't. You should not get the event monster if you don't win the first, in first place. But you also shouldn't get shafted super hard for coming in second. And the reason people split their teams off and they have all these mini race teams and things like that is because you get shafted so hard for not coming in first. Alright? That's the big issue. And that's where spending comes into the whole foray here. In no other event in the game other than races can a spending team or a spending player ruin your event for you. And in races, they absolutely do, okay? And I'm just going to give you an example here. All right, it's not just for free-to-play players. This is for even if a group of spenders is together in a race, all right? We'll say you have 3 spending teams. They want to spend money. They want to win the race. They're all 3 going to spend. They're not splitting off teams. They're going to stick with their bracket. They're going to go for racing, all right? We'll say at the end of the race, team number 1 had 40 laps, team number 2 came in with 36, and the last team came in with 30 laps. They all spent gems to get there. You don't get 30 laps for free. It's not possible. The epic nodes you've got to gem your way past, and legendary nodes, things like that, you just can't do them for free. So, all 3 of those teams spent gems. If you're in the first place, you're okay with it. You won, you spent your gems, you got your rank 3 event legend, you're happy. But, if you came in second with 36 laps, what is your reward? It's a base level legendary, some elementium, and some food. If you spent in that team, if you're just one person, because usually the entire team doesn't split the costs evenly, there's a few players that spend heavier than others, and that's how you get your laps and stuff, but we'll say the second place, we'll say the guy in the second place team, he spent 700 gems on the race. Do you think he's happy with the return he got on spending 700 gems? No, of course not. He got a level 1, he got a base legendary. What the crap, he could have saved those 750 gems and bought 3 of those legendaries. So that is a big kick in his pants. He spent money. You're funding Social Point's bills and they shaft you with the reward. Now, it's not really hard to fix, and that's what we're going to get into. All right? Because, like I said, in no other event in the game can one spending team ruin everyone else's rewards. And it does. It absolutely does. If you come in second or third, you're not happy in a race, okay? At least I'm not. I mean, yeah, you get a legendary, but you got shafted out of, I mean, you might have got the 14 laps required to get the rank 3 of the event epic. You got 14 laps, but you're getting a base level legendary, which sucks. And that's where I think the fix needs to be, is fixing the rewards. If you fix the rewards in races, you would also fix the problem with race hoppers, with mini race teams, with all these dispersions that happen during a race. If you've ever run a team during races, you know how bad that sucks. Like every 3 seconds, there's someone applying to your team looking to get in. They join for 3 seconds, they leave because you're not in first. Well, the reason they're leaving because you're not in first, you may have 20 laps and be in second, and I was like, I'm moving on to the next team because they just want that 115 legend. So to fix this, you fix the rewards. If you fix the rewards, you fix the problem. Alright, people would be more inclined to stay in an active team if they're putting up 20 plus laps, if they know the rewards are still going to be good, even if they don't come in first. And that also, in my opinion, would also increase Social Point's revenue, which is another thing that I think they're kind of missing here. Alright, so here's the fix. Alright, what you do is like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say 4 laps to qualify for rewards is really bad. Like, it's so low. Anyone can do that. If your team is like 1 foot out of the grave dead, you can get 4 laps pretty easy. So I would say to start off with, you're going to revamp your lap system and revamp your reward system based on it. So first off, I would say 5 laps will qualify you for rewards, 10 laps will get you a rank 1 legendary, 15 laps a rank 2, and 20 laps a rank 3 legend. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that that only applies to the winner. Alright, now that's where the issue is right now. Only the winner gets the advantage for getting laps. And that's stupid, because you're decentivizing everybody underneath first place to do less. They're going to do as little as possible to get third place now because there's no reason to go higher than they have to, right? Right. But let's say at 20 laps you get a rank 3 legend regardless of where you place. Okay, so if you place second or third in this event, you would get a 115 Barbados. Now, do you think more people would be dispersing out to find, first place teams, or would they be trying to get 20 laps in their main team to get a 115 Barbados? Exactly, they're probably going to stay in their main team and try to fight for second or third. Even if you get 4th to 6th, a 115 Rabies is not a bad monster. It's still going to hit pretty hard for you. So there's where I think the big problem lies, is the rewards aren't good unless you win. And that's where the problem is, because that's why you get all these mini race teams everywhere. They only want to win. If you don't win, you might as well not race, because you're not going to get much for it, and you definitely shouldn't spend any gems if you're not coming in first, because you're not going to get a good return on those gems, unless your entire team is very, very good at spending gems evenly. Like everybody spends 100 gems, yeah, you'll do okay, you'll get to your second or third place, everybody gets a pretty cheap legend, right? Right. But like I said, if you incentivize people to stay in those teams and to do well in their team, that's going to fix your problem, because it's going to want people to, join together to do a team war other than split up and find new teams for team wars. And that's what I think needs to be changed to fix the team race, in my opinion. Alright guys, so that's just kind of my thoughts and my feels on the team race. Up to you where you stand on it, obviously. Everybody has their own opinion. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, don't forget to leave those in the down there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you liked the video, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys next time.